Hello and welcome to Clay to Canopy, the show where I attempt to make just about everything from the ground up. And welcome to the Don't Wake the Dragon series Spring Break Week. Left off with getting the round of the horns roughly put together. I'm going to go ahead and be attaching this back part of the horns to the back of the head. Also in there I still have some finicky bits where I need to finish up the nostrils, but I will be able to do that as I rotate the piece. I was going to try and attempt to do these yesterday, but everything was still so wet and tacky that I was worried if I rotated it there was too much dripping going on. So that's going to be my focus. I want to just go ahead and get on getting this attached as quickly as possible. It's going to take multiple passes each time I rotate it and get it all rigged up. I am looking at this though and seeing this little bit here is raised, so I'm gonna have to shave this down. What did I do the last time to shave that down? Do I need to shave it down and just fill the gap? Why didn't I shave that down before? I don't know. You know what? It's staying. It's staying because I've already moved this thing in and I'm not gonna try and... Damn it! I can't, can I? Because I gotta do that too. Alright. I'm hauling this out there. I'm going to grind that down. I'm going to grind down the bit that dripped down there so that I have a flat surface to attach the horns to. So, yeah. So I went ahead and I hit the whole thing again with the sander, because the drip marks were driving me insane. I don't know, right now, as much as I really want to attach this to the horns, once the horn goes on, I won't be able to have it in this upright position. There's still holes that need to be filled from where I had to drill in some holes to attach that inside component. I have a nostril that's unfinished. It's going to be much easier standing it upright like this because I can get it done in one solid coat. As much as it pains me to say, the best thing to do is to deal with this fiddly stuff and then move it back in and attach the horns. Y'all, it's Sunday morning, April 2nd, and I have absolutely no desire to do editing or any of the other tasks I should be doing right now. It's super early, so I'm going to try and throw a coat of mica over all of this, and hopefully it will get hot enough today that this will dry up so I can haul it back in and get those horns on. I got it fully coated and it's over here in the sun, but I'm still dealing with a lot of drippage issues. This was my fear about not having full blocks of time to do this, especially now this size. I have to be here in order to catch the drippage while this whole thing is setting. And that can take about an hour or so to get it fully applied, you know, get the finish fully mixed up and applied. And then another like 4 hours-ish, depending on weather conditions, while it's setting, that I have to be here to catch the drips. On my Instagram, a video cropped up on my feed with like a tips to how-to tools video where they flattened a nail and used the flattened piece of the nail to shove into the zip tie to release it so you could reuse them. So I found my ceramic, one of my ceramic tools that had pretty much the same profile as that, And I tried it out the other day and it worked great, so I've been using it to help me remove and reposition the zip ties, so I should have a lot less waste now. They get covered in resin, there's not much I can do about that, but I will save as many as I can. I'm a bit sniffly right now. Don't mind my marshmallow heart. There was a poor baby skunk dead in the road, and I just had a baby skunk funeral beside of my house. Change of plans. The horns were pulling too much weight and they were shifting too much. I got the majority of it configured and in place, and I'm gonna go ahead and secure this part. Any adjusting that I need to do, I will probably just shave back the horn to make it match or patch where I need to. Two things. Unfortunately, this did not go in at the right angle and the horn is just not lining up the way I need it to, so I have to cut this out completely. And the best laid plans, the zip ties don't exactly work. Getting them off is fine, but it's losing its hold. When I tried to re-zip them, it actually pulled away, and because I reused the same one that I had taken off, and it didn't get a tight hold and it slipped, and I ended up with the piece kind of pulling away from itself. You can see here where I have this gap, and I had to quickly get a new zip tie, rip it off and hang it, pull it back together. Unfortunately, I'm not able to reuse it. I'm sure it would work for some applications, but the tension is just not the same for what I'm doing here, and yeah, unfortunately, I have to snip them. So I'm going to do some adjusting, cutting parts, and I'm going to attempt to tie the pieces with this wire. Wire was another option for stitch and glue, but the wire doesn't hold as well. When I need the pieces to be really taut, it can be difficult. But since I am just kind of rigging this up to try and check my pieces because these horns are so far off from where the head is, I was not expecting there to be this much of an issue. This is like one of those things where you try and I try to be as good as I can be, trying not to use bad for the environment materials as best as possible, but at a certain point, it's just I have to kind of accept that it is what it is. I'm either going to use the things that I need to use or not make the work, and just trying to be better about things. Of course, it's never going to be perfect, and everything we do is going to be that way, right? We can't buy anything from the store and it not come in crazy packaging, but I don't know, every little bit helps, I guess. I hope. This is not giving me the fit that I need. That's laid plan. Having one of those days where I think this is gonna be, I'm walking away for the day, and I'm gonna go move on and do something else for a bit. Because something just does not seem right here. 5 to 6. This. Well, it definitely got a better match here, I think. That might have to be adjusted. Oh, something's up in my back. This is better. I think this is much better. I'm going to have to do something about this spot where that piece is going to inevitably have to get fixed. Something's going to have to change in here, which I anticipated. Alright. I'm satisfied that this worked. I'm feeling, though, that I still need to walk away today because I've got a lot of things on my mind and a lot of errands and things I have put off that need to get done. I think I need to go and clear my mental space, but do all of the errands and things that I've been putting off yeah, I'm gonna call it for today. It is Sunday, April 9th. This was supposed to be a spring break vlog, but I'm pretty sure this is just gonna be an April vlog. I didn't technically have a spring break because when I was off from work, I was still in school and vice versa. Wednesday, which I thought I'd be out here and getting to this, life happened. I spent the day in the kitchen. It was much needed time. I didn't get a chance to get out here. Poor Evangaline is suffering because my mind is in too many places. On that Monday, try and resolve cutting up that piece, and then I walked away thinking, oh, I was all set. But then when I came back out here, I realized that what I did actually totally screwed this thing up. I cut down some of these pieces, and in doing so, it was gonna leave this funky void over here. Oh, come on. That I was going to have to try and match. I then went back, picked up the old one, popped this on, and realized that even though I got to pull this in, this is an easier fix because it only leaves a small void here at the bottom that I can go ahead and address. Basically, I took this one apart for no reason, altered pieces. So now, before I can attach this, I have to go back to this piece, recut the pieces that I jacked up, put it back onto where it was, and reassemble it. A little bit of reworking. If I hadn't stepped away though, I probably would have worked myself into a corner and then got really frustrated. Alright, I'm gonna get on with getting on and throw on something. I don't know if I'm feeling like music or book. What should I do? I don't know. Alright. Cannot express enough the importance of templates. Templates. I am thankful that I still have the original template to go off of since I cut down that piece. This is an insane friggin' mess, but this is the best I could get it to do, and I am frustrated and just really want this to come together and be done. So I'm gonna have a lot of freaking cleanup to do. I'm gonna just leave things where they are, throw on some tape, try and get it as best as I can, and then I will be filling the crap out of this thing, sanding down and grinding down a lot of areas. I'm gonna try and get this taped up as best I can. I've got this propped here. Nothing looks really stable at this point, but I don't really want to mess with it because it took a lot of doing just to get it where it is. Morning! It is Saturday, April 15th. And I am exhausted. It's been a week. I think it's finally catching up to me. I think I'm totally just gotten to that point where I'm going, and it's a lot. That being said, it is thankfully and unfortunately, at the same time, a very slow go on the next few stages of this head. I got the horns on. They do need to be ground down, so there's this situation where all of the janky parts that didn't quite match up definitely need to be ground down, but I have not finished this layer. So underneath me, there's going to be some adjustment that needs to happen. I'm going to flip this over in a second, and I'm going to have to cut new pieces to fill where the holes didn't quite come together, and it'll be fine for this layer. But that also is going to mean I need to adjust the next layer, and hopefully I can work it out in that layer where I don't have to keep adjusting the other layers. I don't feel like grinding today. Honestly, I am physically a little bit burnt. So I think what I'd like to do is just do a bit of popping off my zip ties, flipping this over, and trying to get it worked out for at least the one layer. I'm going to try and take it a little easy today, do a bit of inside erranding type of things, you know, tasks, laundry. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a little bit more energy to do the grinding part on the horns so that I can begin applying the black. Now, here's the thing I have decided. I want to get more of the resin dye. I know originally I was trying to put this layer of black fabric over it to add as an extra layer of stability, The inside will have that extra layer of stability because I'm going to treat it differently with patterned fabric. But for the outside, I think it'll be okay. The only thing I'm questioning is what the mica looks like over the black dye versus the mica over the black fabric. I'm doing this because the wrinkles are bugging the hell out of me. Why not save myself some trouble and just mix in the dye into the mica? It turned out that that one little bottle of mica did almost the whole head while I was dealing with the inside. So I know in the beginning I was worried about the expense of it because it's like $8 for that tiny bottle, but that little tiny bottle went a long way. And I think I probably only would need maybe 2 more bottles to do the whole exterior of the rest of the dragon. That's going to be my move going forward, but I still need to test out what the mica is going to look like over the resin dye and hope that it's not any different than what's happening over the fabric. Happy Saturday, y'all. Today is April 22nd, and I was able to, last week, go in and seal up the horns on the inside. It took some doing. I think I destroyed like an outfit as usual, because I was like kind of up and in there. I had freaking resin in my hair. It was all kinds of craziness. But I was really happy to have been able to get in there and get that squared away so that this is good and firm and ready for me to haul out there to get some grinding done so that I can go ahead and finish up and get the fiberglass on the outside as well. I had a busy weekend and I thought I'd be out here on Sunday to be able to get that stuff done. Lost most of the day on Sunday to dealing with chores and that kind of thing. So I made an executive decision to take a mental health day from school. I went to teach my class in the morning, but I did not go to my 2 classes, my welding class or my carpentry class, on Monday so that I could stay home and be with my dragon, because it was just a need. It's this antsiness of wanting to be like done with one phase as it comes to an end so that I could be out here and doing my work, or that I've been away from my work a little too much, and when I get to that point I get really antsy and then nothing is productive. I'm miserable, functioning like a zombie, because I'm up all night thinking about where I would want to be doing, and I just decided that it was not worth the cost. So I'm gonna haul this guy out there. I'm gonna haul her, not this guy, I'm gonna haul Evangaline out to the patio area, drive area, so that I can do the grinding to clean up the horns. I will have to get fully suited up. Oh, I bought new shoes. Totally stoked. Got new kicks. Got new kicks. I decided I needed a high top. I don't know if you can see that. Have a high top version of my dragon shoes. Anyway, back to work. Alright, y'all. It is Saturday, April 29th. Last weekend, I did get as much as I can done. It took a while to deal with grinding down the bits, and I was not happy with the transition of this section of the horn. So I ground it down quite a bit and had to put in a plug because I plowed a hole through. I was trying to get ready to uncover the rest of the dragon, which meant that all the trees needed to move, and in order to get them to a safer space, I had to lay out some new patio stones in a back area of the garden. So that took up all of Sunday, and I was pretty much exhausted by the time that was done. So I did not continue any more work on the dragon. Basically, the rest of the week was kind of a shit show. I was exhausted from the 2 days of working and not having a break. I had clocked about 13K steps on average a day for about a week and a half straight. Aside from the fact that there was a lot of steps to take, most of those steps came with heavy lifting, right? My Mondays and Wednesdays basically look like this. I leave the house at 6:30 a.m. I go teach a class. That class involves 3D stuff, so we're pouring plaster right now, so I'm lifting 50-pound bags of plaster, dealing with materials, walking back and forth, helping students mix molds. That happens for 2 hours. Then I come back this way, my side of town, grab something as quick as possible for lunch and dinner, head to school. For 2.5 hours, I'm up on a ladder, swinging a hammer, trying to build a house. Then I have a short snippet of a break where I edit video for a couple hours, and then I'm in a welding shop on my feet for another 4.5 hours. And then I get home somewhere around 9:30, 10 o'clock. That has been my Monday, Wednesday. Tuesday, Thursday mornings, I've been taking a weight training class where I'm learning all kinds of crazy new ways to lift weights, which is awesome, and I'll get to that in a minute. Following that, I then go to teach my high school classes, which are, again, me lifting 50-pound kiln shelves, 25 pounds of clay, and I'm on my feet. Those 2 days are a little earlier. I usually get home around 5:30 and have a little bit of an earlier night, but my day still is go, go, go. And then my Fridays are 2 back-to-back classes where I am teaching. I leave here at 6:30 again in the morning, and I get home sometime around 6:30, 7 o'clock at night, if I'm lucky, depending on how things go. And again, that is a ceramics class followed by a 3D class where I am lifting and moving stuff. That has been my life. And then the weekend happens, and I try to sort of take a day off, maybe try and get something done here in the Dragon, or try and prep, do laundry, household things. It does not leave me a lot of time to deal with my health, and that has been an issue. So I've been eating nothing but crap. I know I've gained back some of the weight that I worked so damn hard to work off because, trying to eat a pescatarian diet on the go, I don't want to bring pre-made fish, anything, and have it sitting around. There's no microwaves. It's been a trial trying to find ways to stay healthy eating in a crazy busy schedule where I don't really have much time to meal prep, which leaves me with just grabbing crap out of vending machines that I shouldn't be eating and being too tired to lift weights because I'm surviving on sugar and carbs. Yeah, it has to stop. I need to get off this craziness and start thinking about my health just because I'm way too old for this shit right now. What I have decided is since the summer is going to be rolling in and I will not have a weight training class coming and I cannot afford to go to the gym anymore, both financially and time-wise, it was a lot of time to stop what I was doing, and the trainer I was seeing trained at really odd hours, so I was stopping midday while I was in the middle of working to try and go and work out. So what I have done is I have ordered a power cage. A power cage for lifting that is going to end up going into this studio. And I am going to cease work on this Dragon for the weekend, take the time to get rid of some old equipment that I do not need in this space that I have some people coming to pick up, rework the landscape of this space, and install my squat rack into the corner of this studio. So that while I am waiting for things like glue to dry, I can work in some of my powerlifting or workout in between, and hopefully having the ease of this being here all summer and it being right at my fingertips, I will have the motivation to get my health back on track and stop eating donuts as a means for fast food. So that's the plan. So I'm going to end this April vlog here. I hope you enjoyed my workings on the head. Please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Stick around to watch this project all unfold, and remember, don't wake the dragon.